Mox, are you familiar with Shoe0nHead? Do you ever watch Shoe0nHead?
I don't watch her, but I am familiar with her, and I've seen some of her stuff.
So, Kami Mami here put out this video, I'm afraid of women. Are men okay? Before we even get into it, what are your thoughts on the current state of men? Are they actually afraid of talking to women? Is it women's fault? Is the men meet in the middle? Like, where are we at?
I think it's a very uncomfortable space between men and women, especially of dating age and whatnot, because I think on the male side, you don't know how to act, or it's going to be perceived as creepy, or because you see so many women posting on the internet how creepy a guy was because he just went up to her and asked her if she wanted to go for coffee. Like, so there is, I think, a hesitation, and I think it's justified for guys right now, because the social climate has been what it is for several years now. It's not a comfortable place for guys because they're just blamed for a lot of things. But also too, I think that some of the concerns as a woman, if you know looking for love, it's a weird place. Online dating, how do you actually meet people? How do you connect with people? I think it's just a weird time for people making real connections.
Well, from watching your stream, I know that we do the misconnection segment, and apparently you look for love on Craigslist. But that being said,
I don't look for love. I just make fun of people that are looking for love on Craigslist. There's a difference.
The royal you, like as in people look for love on Craigslist. Alrighty, so I'm afraid of women. Are men okay? Let's go ahead and get into this, crew. And Moxie, at any point, if you want me to pause it, just say the word.
Hello again, friends, and happy Halloween. This Halloween, I have decided to dress up as the scariest possible thing to my audience. A woman. As the OG YouTube pick-me, I have made many videos dunking on bad female behavior, ranging from terrible things like the creepy female teacher epidemic, to more silly things like women posting their L's in my Are Women Okay video. The video where I read embarrassing stories women willingly put on the internet about themselves. And that video has sort of become a fan favorite. So I've gotten many requests from you guys to do a male version of that video, but the issue
out the gate, I'll say I don't think this one will be near as entertaining, and not biased as a man. I just think that most things that women would consider an L for a guy, guys wouldn't consider an L. Like, it's just like shit posting or funny stuff or in jokes amongst guys that women won't understand. But like do you think that dudes in general would post a lot of L's online in terms of the social climate?
It all depends, right? So like, you're influenced by what you consume, whether you like it or not. The more you consume of a type of persona or whatever, and you'd start to emulate that, the dude bros that are like way deep in the manosphere, they think certain behaviors could be normalized or normal to them. And so they post them as W's, but in actuality, it's an L. So like, I can see it happening, but I think just the typical just content. Guys being guys and being silly and stupid because guys are retarded and they're funny. Women have this weird expectation that's been curated by the media and these fake influencers and celebrities, and that it's totally unrealistic. It's weird.
Yeah, I forgot the manosphere and like red pill content when I was a thing, because like as an actual man, believe it or not, I don't consume that shit because that's like, I don't think that's content men should be consuming. I think it's some like absolute beta bullshit, no matter how much they want to claim it's alpha. So you know what, you might have me there. Let's find out.
What I found is the male version just doesn't exist. No, I'm not joking. I looked everywhere for the male equivalent, but it turns out, unlike women, men don't like to post embarrassing stories about themselves. Women will be out here openly talking about the time they got a yeast infection from the homeless man behind a Denny's, but a man won't even post about the time he said "you too" when a waitress said "enjoy your food." They take that to the...
Okay, I'm getting what you're putting down a little better. I thought, never mind. So I just did this really stupid thing, and I'm going to let everyone on the internet know about it. Like, awareness level. Yeah, it's mostly women. There's some dudes, but mostly far and wide women. The only thing that I could attribute to that is, especially with the younger group, no sense of shame or their pride. Like, These people weren't bullied enough or shamed enough or criticized by their parents that they'll never be good enough when they were younger. I don't know, this whole like, this is just me, flaws and all, love me. It's like, no, some things you should keep private, girl. Like, stop.
Oh.
This is embarrassing.
I will say that the reason I paused it was because I feel personally called out. The whole like she used the perfect example how men won't even post how they say like, you know, you too. Every single time I go to the movies, which is usually about once a week, considering what we do on YouTube for a living, I always go to the Alamo Draft House, and it's like instinctual. I order a beer or some food or whatever, and they bring me the food and say, "Enjoy the movie, you too." Oh, right. You're the server. You're the one that brought me the food. You're not watching the movie. And I sit for the first 20 minutes of the movie in shame and thinking about it. And then when I get home and I'm done seeing the movie, instead of reviewing the movie, I think about, oh my God, if I go back, I hope I don't get that waitress again because she was cute and she's going to remember that I'm a fucking idiot.
I used to be more affected like that. It's I think maybe with the frequency over the years and many years, kind of developed some level of numbness to it where it doesn't wreck my entire day, but I will like, why did I say that? Why did I say that? Now I just kind of like, I layer on top of the awkward with a very embarrassing or like dad joke. It just comes out like, but after a couple of hours, it's distant memory.
The best
until
one.
I see them again.
Well, the best one or worst one, however you want to put it, that happened to me was when Deadpool 3 came out last year. I went to the theater and it was just me and my homie, just me and my bro. And the waitress was real cute, right? She was real cute and we were having like really good conversation. But my homie is, he was a very lonely man. So I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna flirt with her right now, or I'm not gonna ask for a number or anything right now. I know I'm coming back to the movies next week to see something else. I'll sort her out then. And then as we were coming out of Deadpool, my car wouldn't start. It was having major issues. So I've got like the hood popped up and shit, and I'm trying to see what's going on. And she walks out because it's the end of her ship. She's like, "Oh, hey, movie guy, need help?" And I was like, "Well, this is ruined." She just sees a fucking bum with a broke down car. Ain't no point even asking for her number at this point. So
grave. At least that's what I thought. Until I visited a dark, forbidden corner of the internet. I used a VPN, I changed my IP address, I went incognito mode, and I visited reddit.com. And I found one of the funniest and most depressing communities.
it's Reddit. That means it's going to be soy boys. It's not going to be actual men. It's going to be California bitch-made dudes, which I'm sure you're familiar with being in California. So are you excited?
I worked in Berkeley for a few years, yes.
Let's go, son.
Yeah.
Communities I have ever come across in all my years doing this. It's true, folks. I may have found the one place on the internet where men are posting their L's. Lord knows it's hard to be a man today, you know? Like, I couldn't imagine. You're told to be nice, but not too nice, confident, but not too confident, 6 foot, 6 pack, 6 figures, have a perfect beard or a perfectly clean-shaven face. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Before we dive into this video, let's quickly give a shout out.
All right, you guys, you know the drill. On this channel, since we're stealing people's content for our own purposes, we let the sponsor reads play out because that's the least we can do. So, let's sit tight and learn about shaving, something that I don't know how to do.
To today's sponsor, Henson Shaving. Most razors force people into these weird workarounds like apply cooling aftershave to help with the burn. No, that's all coping, not solving. Like when I was having the worst sleep ever and I thought maybe it's my routine, you know, I tried to change up my bed routine, everything like that. No, it was my mattress. I finally changed my mattress and then I finally started sleeping better again. It's not your shaving routine. It's the mattress. Well, the razor. Henson Shaving is on a mission to improve shaving. Not with gimmicky subscriptions or moisturizing strips, but with real innovation and a focus on your skin's health. Their razors are made with solid aluminum, making them not only durable, but also environmentally friendly. There's no plastic involved, not even in the packaging. What really sets Henson apart is the precision of their design, with their Henson AL13 safety razor being manufactured in the same aerospace machine shop that built parts for the International Space Station. This precision allows the blade to extend just 1/1000th of an inch beyond the shave plane. ensuring a stable and gentle shave. And since I switched to Henson, I have noticed my shaves have been silkier and smoother than ever before. No tugging, no razor burn, just a close, perfect shave that feels great on my skin. So basically, no more leg beard. The best part is, once you invest in a Henson razor, it's a lifetime purchase. The only thing you'll need to replace are the blades, which cost 10 cents each. Just 10 cents. So once you own the razor, you'll only be spending like $3 to $5 a year on blades. That is incredible.
Henson's store offers a variety of colors, even a titanium version, so you can pick the razor that best fits your style.
Blue.
Just head on over to hensonshaving.com/shoe and add both a Henson razor and 100 blades to your cart, and then enter code SHOE at checkout to get the blades for free with your purchase. Your skin, your wallet, and your environment will thank you. Thank you, Henson, for sponsoring this video, and as always, thank you, the viewer, for not skipping the ad. Now, let's get back to the video.
The silver one looked like something my grandfather had.
I was gonna say, so were you sold on this ad? Because I have a funny razor story.
No.
No? Well, I kind of am sold on this ad, and here's why. I recently bought new blades for my razor that I rarely use, only to find out that I bought the wrong kind of blades. And so instead of going and buying more blades for that would actually fit my razor, I've just been holding the blades and like shaving with no handle or anything. I'm just holding them. What? Yeah.
I'm gonna
That's
get you
my
a
life
Dollar
right now.
Shave Club subscription. Also, don't use gel, don't use cream, don't use shaving cream. Use what's it called? Oil,
Antibacterial
shave
soap?
oil. No,
Oh
shaving oil.
I've got shave oil. I love it.
You
What?
know what I'm getting you next.
You're
Did
too
you
kind to
show
me.
your people what you got?
Oh my God, no. But I will after we do the reaction. I happily
Okay.
will.
Okay,
Are men okay? No.
probably not.
No, they are not. We have gone over this many times in more serious videos. Modern men are going through a lot, and for a long time there was nowhere for them to vent. Can't vent to your friends because that's gay. Can't vent to your girlfriend because that's gay. Can't vent to a therapist because that's gay. Everything is gay, except of course gay sex, which we all know.
If Hollywood has taught us
Leon?
anything in the last 10 years, it is yes. No, everything is gay. 100%.
I was expecting you to weigh in on that last part that she said. She said, except for
But
gay
whether or
sex.
not gay sex is gay, I'm more of a fan of Caesar's rule personally, to where only the recipient is gay. If you're the giver, then it's a power move. You can still be straight and be the giver.
Is only gay if the
You've heard
balls
it here.
touch. So, what is a man to do? Where is a man to go? Reddit, of course. r/kitchen cells, to be
no.
exact.
What the fuck is this? Are you familiar with this
Go on
subreddit?
Reddit. No, I've not heard of kitchen cells, but nothing surprises me anymore. I'm just like,
All right,
I'm
well,
tired.
let's
tired
let's
of
get
this.
into it.
Kitchen cells is a Reddit page where, quote, incels go to vent their frustrations with the world, as well as show off the food they are consuming at the moment. Now, for those of you who don't
Okay, well,
please.
showing off the food
So
part
this
is not a
is
big.
this is stress cooking, because I do stress cooking. When I'm anxious, whatever, I don't need to make 4 different dishes, but I'm in the kitchen making a whole bunch of food.
Yeah,
I do have a
I'm
foodie
kind of in the same-
Instagram too. So
Yeah, no, I'm in the same boat. Like anytime I was like, oh, today's been not even like stressful, so much so as like it's one of those. I've been cooped up in my house alone too long, and I've been doing streams and whatnot, and I need some actual interaction with people close to me. And I made a really good dish. I sent it to you, or to Badger, or to Katie and Andy, or well, Katie, not really Andy. And it was like, validate me with how good this omelet looks. Like, so yeah, I get it.
know what an incel is, an incel is a involuntary celibate. Somebody who, for whatever reason, cannot get laid or get a girlfriend. And for the people watching this, a girlfriend is a girl that is your friend, who you love. Like that little anime girl you watch in the corner of your screen, except she loves you back. So, let's dive into this.
Weave's being called out right now, and I feel like I should be called out because I'm dressed as fucking Sonic the Hedgehog, but
it's Halloween though. You're
Let's see
fine.
what Reddit is cooking. Failed my f***ing driver's test today. I'm 26 years old, I can't hold a job, I can't get laid, I can't even drive. I don't deserve flavors.
Oh, this is already so much worse than I thought it would be. Like,
this is not masculine behavior. So
you said so. I thought you had an addendum to that. I was like, no, you're right. It is not.
I'm trying to be careful with how I say things.
Oh, this is my show, not yours. You don't have to be
I
careful
know
with
it's your
anything.
show. I know it's your show.
I mean, no. You could call. You could say
This
whatever
is
you want.
absolutely female behavior. Like, okay, you said you send pictures to your friends, say validate me. I don't like that particular speech because I don't think it's asking us to validate you. It's saying, hey, I made this. Look at how cool it is. The whole validate me thing and validate my identity, like the whole cascade thing for me triggered.
I mean, to be fair, I was being facetious when I said it just a minute ago, but yeah.
I know, but people in today, not people in the chat, but people out there, they do want validation and they do attention-seeking behaviors just like this. And they're feeding into, no pun intended, because it's a foodie thread, but they feed into this. I'm adopting this as my persona as an incel. I'm adopting kitchen cells is my thing now. This is not normal behavior.
I do kind of like the idea, like, because I agree that none of this is masculine. You know, like, you can't drive, you don't have a girlfriend, you can't drive, none of that's masculine. However, self-punishment, I say, is masculine. So, like, the idea that they don't deserve flavors, at least they have the mental wherewithal to realize they are such a failure at being a man that they don't deserve the privilege of flavors. So there's like a shred of masculinity there. Sorry, a slice of masculinity, given that it's, you know, bread.
No, we're still striking up masculinity. We're saying self-awareness.
Okay, you know what? I'll be in the middle there. Self-awareness.
Okay.
I dropped my salad. I fail at everything I do. I'll never amount to anything.
Salad's not masculine. Eat a fucking steak. Queer.
I'm a perverted incel freak with weirdly long toes. Classmates said I have school shooter vibes. Bowl of sludge. What am I looking at? Is this—
Moxie, rate this dish.
I
Can you
mean,
tell what it is?
it's your show, so I can only hope it's Drano mixed in with, you know, something.
I feel like this is what Peter Dinklage fell into to become the Toxic Avenger. Like,
this your classmate? Holy shit, maybe they were right. Resident Evil ass meal. I asked my high school biology teacher out on a date the day I turned 18 via her Steam account. She blocked me. This guy's—
Yes.
sorry, go say what you're going to say, Moxie, before I have a fucking aneurysm.
Oh, no, I was saying yes, appropriate, block you. That's weird.
He says the day he turned 18, which would imply, because I actually have more questions about the teacher. If you just turned 18, that would imply that you were friends with your teacher on Steam prior to that. Why is your teacher accepting friend requests from minors on Steam?
Piggybacks on her other thing that she was talking about, when she was talking about the epidemic of teachers like boinking their students, their boy students.
There's been a real uptick in that, hasn't there?
Yeah.
It's concerning.
somehow managed to find the one female teacher that did not want to groom their male student. Incredible. Chicken looks good though. 7 out of 10. Asked a girl out and she started laughing. Oh, that's just a learning experience, dude. Got super hard. Rice. Oh.
She's right. Men aren't okay. Yeah, I want to say that 'cause these aren't men. These aren't men.
These are young men. But they're on the wrong track.
I mean, real talk for a moment though. Leave the jokes aside. How much of this is because of the epidemic of a lack of fathers in the home?
Probably significant impact, for sure. And they have their libtard mothers, right? That are coddling them and not preparing them for the world or social interactions. Most of the kids are autistic these days. I can say that because I have one. Most of the kids are actually autistic these days, and they have social issues or they don't know how to interact normally with people. And then you get these superhero autism moms, which I fucking hate. and they're like shielding this child. It's like, no, help this person, this little person, have some modicum like hope for success when venturing out into these social situations where they are looking for a partner, a mate, or whatever. These people, this young group right now that still don't have their frontal cortex developed, are seeking relationships, and they don't know how to be an adult. They don't know how to talk to people. They're super anxious and nervous constantly, and so many are on pills. It's like, how do you expect these people to be functioning just generally? Obviously, they're not doing
I
well.
will add to that, like not only the pills and whatnot, but also notice he says, I asked her out, she started laughing at me, I got hard. So again, you've also got the porn addicted individuals that are developing these whack ass fetishes before they even have any sort of real life experience with girlfriends or loved ones or anything to that effect. So yeah, this is just a cocktail of fuckery.
5'10", rice looks good. The only girlfriend I've had was on an online game when I was 11. I'm gonna hold your hand when I tell you this. That was a man. That was a 45-year-old man. Made this case.
She's not wrong. You always assume anyone on the internet is a man until you actually like interact and converse with him. I thought, I've told Cindy this, I thought she was a dude when we first started talking. So,
well, a mutual friend of ours, I won't give out the name because the story isn't common knowledge, but a close friend of ours was scammed, had FaceTime conversations with this person, looked like a woman. Ended up not. The dead giveaway was they were trying to give Bitcoin advice.
That's true. I ain't ever heard broad talk about Bitcoin.
See? Never a woman.
To celebrate 6 months on heroin. No woman could love a creature like me, but this feels great anyways. I only haven't ended my life because I don't want to make any women happy. My obsession with an anime girl prevents me from talking to 3D women. Every night before going to sleep, I watch a video of her kissing the camera, and it is almost always the highlight of my day. May I know which one?
All right, we gotta fucking stop this. Like go for it, Mox. Go for it.
Well, this is whenever we do get around to doing the crime of the month, there was this one case where this 20-something-year-old dude fits this category that we're in here, spent a whole bunch of his family's money, his brother's money, on a cam girl out of like Ukraine. He ended up unaliving all of them because he wanted to get access to their funds. And yeah, he got caught because he's an idiot. But he had this deluded idea of what this relationship that he was in. There's videos of him like talking to her like, oh, if I send you this for a video, can you give me a kiss? And he like thought they were in this actual relationship. And I think this is more common than just that one case. I mean, obviously we're seeing it in Reddit posts. It's really sad.
Well, not only is it sad, like this is one of those things where, I make a lot of jokes about being a weeb, being an otaku, like, oh, my waifu this or hot anime girls that. But in all reality, like that's jokes to play into the stereotype because it's funny. Like, dudes, if this is your worldview, this is how you think, you need to go the fuck outside. It's actually like legitimately concerning how many dudes are just chill with like the idea of AI girlfriends or jerking into anime characters or anything like that. Like it's fucking weird. They're goddamn cartoon characters. They're not fucking real. I don't get the satisfaction or the appeal. It's something that doesn't make sense to me. And it's someone early in the chat said, I'm so glad my dad beat me. Yes, I agree. Like, fathers, beat the shit within legal bounds out of your kids. 100%. Well, at least your sons. I don't know about your daughters, but your sons for sure.
Well, and something that was pretty common, like when I was a kid, or maybe it was just the style of household I was in, you were forced to be in uncomfortable situations. You were forced to go talk to the older couple and shake their hand, be polite. And a lot of people aren't forced to be uncomfortable. The more you do things, the less uncomfortable it becomes. Like interacting with people you don't.
When I was a kid, I wasn't even allowed to spend my allowance unless I walked up to the cashier and paid for it myself and interacted with the cashier myself and everything like that. Like I think that's a very good teaching tool that my dad instilled in me when I was 8.
Mm-hmm. And then as a kid, you feel a lot of pride because like I did it, I overcame it, I was nervous and all the things. Right. That is growth.
A lot of fatherless fucking behavior out here.
It is Sue from Monster Mizume. You know what? After the last video I did, I can't even judge this. Like, at least it's human looking. The bar is in hell. I have a huge crush on a coworker. I was talking at her about fishing, and I jokingly said I could buy her one of those toy Barbie fishing rods and teach her how to catch a fish. She said, "I don't think I'd be interested in that," in the most disgusted tone of voice I've ever heard a human muster.
That sounds creepy.
So if he
Those are
said
for
it
children.
jokingly, like that was just him failing at being playful and smooth. But how do you take that as a woman?
Okay, just the black and white text of it, that's creepy. Delivery is very important, right? Or else you're just going to come off like a little bit of a guy with like a pedo fetish, or like, you know, like
Right.
wants you to, yeah.
Well,
There's all
I
kinds
will
out
say,
there.
points to this guy for
Delivery
having an
is
actual
important.
masculine hobby like fishing. That's kind of the first we've heard of this so far.
Sure.
So, you know,
I like how he said talking at her. Not with her, not talking with her, talking at her. Women love when you talk at them. Just corner them and start yapping about World War I or like Warhammer lore. They f***ing love that shit. Just get right up in their face and explain to them the entire plot of Lord of the Rings. That's how you get them. My mom's new boyfriend is younger than me. Oh no, his
Any
mom is
subject.
being hag mad.
That could be any subject. Like that one meme where it's the dude bro with the sunglasses on. He's got his arm around the chick and like talking at her, telling her stuff, and she looks like she just wants to die. It could be any subject. Don't make it about nerd culture. Any not
it could
delivery,
be
that
about
approach.
football. It could be about NASCAR. It could be
Right.
like in the past, in that past example, fishing. In fact, I would think that given the modern era that we're in, and you've got all these like fake gamer broads, and you've got all these like women in superhero movies and shit, the nerd culture stuff is actually more likely to work. I mean, that's just the vibe I get.
I
Like
don't know.
at least, like
I'm not
if
in the
we're
game,
talking
I wouldn't
about
know.
these sorts of, well, because if we're talking about these sorts of like incel losers that are fucking cranking their chain to anime characters, you know the types of girls they're going after ain't exactly the fucking cheerleaders. So they probably think that talking about Warhammer 40K would work.
But if they are going for the Stacys or the cheerleaders or whatever, why are they? Like when they get rejected by those
They
types,
remind them
why?
of their
What kind?
mother.
No, but
So no, I was
tell you
joking.
about my mother.
Sort of, but go on.
No, but that whole like stereotype, right? So the incels are upset because the Chads and the Stacys are this way, that way, whatever. Like, what do they actually have in common with the Stacys to engage with them? And it's just you're setting yourself up to be rejected. Why don't you go for the nerdy girls that have the same interests or common interests, or don't think you're a big weirdo because you play Warhammer or
I made the
anime.
joke about the mother thing, but you say what do they have in common with the Stacys? This one, unironically, the answer is daddy issues. Like think about it. These are dudes who exhibit straight up fatherless behavior, and these Stacys, are on the pole paying for college because they didn't have their father in their life. So like, I mean, there's a crossover.
But that's where the negative attraction, right? So the rules of like polar opposites polar opposites go together. But anyway, so but if the guys have daddy issues and the girls have daddy issues, it won't work. You have
it's like
to
magnets,
have
like the north.
that's
and
what
north,
I mean.
so
The
push back.
magnets. Yes. So the dad or the girl definitely can have daddy issues and be susceptible to a lot of different types. But if he has daddy issues, he better not be seeking out a girl with daddy issues because she's looking for that father figure and he ain't it because he didn't have the example to do that.
I would actually escalate further and say if he has daddy issues, he shouldn't be seeking out a woman at all. He should first be learning to be a man and then seek out a woman.
Yeah, but his mommy told him all his life he's perfect, and any girl that doesn't want
his
him
mom
is
is a dumb slut, and she's getting railed by a black guy. Now it's been 10 years since her divorce. So.
Next, she's 52, I'm 23, he's 21. He could literally be my brother. What the f do they even talk about? Oh, don't worry about it, bro. They're not doing much talking. I wish a tomboy could just casually kidnap me and drag me into a room. Pasta cereal. I feel like
Ew.
Who the fuck puts milk in their pasta?
Psychopaths.
Yeah, you don't deserve a girlfriend or a boyfriend.
No.
You don't deserve a goldfish.
Figure your shit out before you introduce someone else to your chaotic disaster of your life.
that might be the worst one so far.
Tomboys are like an endangered species. What the is that? Forget tomboys. You need to be kidnapped by the feds. You need to be exiled away from society for what you did to that pasta. My ancestors are weeping. The last time I met anyone was when I went to the psych ward a few years ago, where I got a crush on the first girl who ever showed me any interest. She ghosted me. Just my stupid Chungus life. Okay, honestly.
All right, hold on. This is some fucking Nesquik commercial tier chocolate milk, though. Like, look at the bubbles, that
Very
nice
frothy.
coloration. Like, that's a pretty good quality picture of some fucking chocolate milk.
I was just reminded of a conversation I had recently with very, very progressive liberal, was an abolitionist to the T. I work with her. She's a dog trainer, and she goes into the prison, and we were talking a little bit about the prison experience. I'm getting to a point. So she was explaining to me that she was a total abolitionist. She thought prisons were evil and all the things. And then she got to know some of the inmates in the program, and they're like, yo, I wouldn't want this guy living next to my family. He deserves to be in here. So she's gotten a different education over in the prison system over the years. And now she's like, more people should be in prison.
I was hoping it would go the exact opposite direction like that. That's what I was hoping the story would end. It was like, oh my God, will you let more of these people walk around like free in the open air?
But then she went next level. She's like, I think men should have to go stay 2 years in prison before they can go out into society once they turn legal age. I'm like, oh,
that's a bit too far. Maybe just like
I know.
take it down a notch and just like support the death penalty. Like, imagine going from like prison abolitionists to be like, nah, we need to be hanging motherfuckers in the street. Like,
yeah.
Ever showed me any interest. She ghosted me. Just my stupid Chungus life. Okay, honestly, good. Do not get with the f***ing girl you met at the psych ward, okay? None of this Harley Quinn Joker bullshit. You can't fix her. She can't fix you. No. Next. Today I found out the woman I have been pursuing is a lesbian. Burger meat hot dogs for me and my father, who hates me. Okay, 1, that is doo-doo. That is poop from a butt. And 2, it is not over. It's not over. There's still one way you can date her. Put this on. I don't deserve love. Segregated Tic Tacs. Put this on.
You segregate your
I don't
Tic Tacs?
deserve.
I've never even had the idea because I only eat the white ones. I mean, obviously, white is right, but like,
I don't get multiple packs of Tic Tacs. I usually just get the orange ones, then I put 2 in my front teeth and like show them like I have little beaver teeth.
there is
I'm cool
something.
like that.
Yeah, there is something so satisfying yet also depressing about this image. Like, this is the yin yang of human emotion in food photo form. Yo, food photo form. That was an accident. That sounded good. Anyway, yeah, I both love and hate this is what I'm getting at.
Love. Segregated Tic Tacs. I have an eating disorder, gay, so I almost never actually cook. I'm eating plain strawberry yogurt out of a dog bowl this morning. F*** my lonely puppy life. Yesterday, my scrambled eggs were oversalted. This morning, they were undersalted. I have to kill myself. Wait.
I agree. If you're posting about this on fucking Reddit, we don't need you on the team. We're not losing a champion. Outski. I don't know if you agree or not. I don't know if you disagree. I don't know if you want to give your opinion on that. But yes,
No.
I do in fact think that you should liquidate your existence.
At some point, I stopped feeling bad for people because when you actually, I've talked to people like this, right? I want to off myself. I'm this. They don't actually want solutions. They want you to fall all over them and say how bad you feel for them and be there for them. They are emotional fucking vampires. And it's like, okay, at some point I'm just like, okay, stop being the boy that cried wolf. Do something about it. I don't care anymore.
Yeah, eventually when you meet enough
people
these
that need
like I would say that despite because we're seeing a lot of this from dudes right now because the video is focused of dudes. I will say in my anecdotal experience of life, I mostly get that from women because dudes more often than not do just shut the fuck up and bury their emotions and things to that effect. That being said, like once you see this enough, male or female, your pity well just bottoms out.
Yeah, it just drains you because they are like sucking energy from you to validate themselves and their existence. It's like at some point you need to grow the fuck up and be your own reason to live. or find something, not rely on strangers on the internet to do that for you.
So being in, California, you say you worked in Berkeley, for a long time, whatnot. Is this like how often have you seen this type of, well, I was going to say man, but.
So at the time, my boss and CEO, he was 30. He was Australian. Ain't yet. He's Australian. He was the biggest bitch. Actually, he was like 6'5". So yes, he was very tall, very thin. He cried at the drop of a hat. When I said I was leaving, we were in the conference room and he had a Sharpie marker and he dramatically put the cap back on and threw it on the table. And he says, "Nothing's fucking permanent." And he got really emotional about it. It's like, dude, I'm just looking for work closer. Like, calm down.
Was he gay, or is he just a
No.
fucking drama queen?
Oh no. Just a very progressive, liberal-minded guy that chose to move from Australia to Berkeley.
That's another. It's funny because you mentioned liberal. Of all these posts we've read, how many of these motherfuckers do you think voted Trump?
None.
Aside from maybe Fishing Guy, I agree. None.
I don't even think he did.
You don't think he did? Fair enough. I could very well be wrong.
If the eggs are undersalted, can't you just put more salt on them? Wait, don't yourself. Just add more salt. Off to a
No. If you didn't have the mental capacity to think of adding more salt, dude, it's over. You're done. We don't need you.
VTuber burping compilation, and now I'm having the only meal I know how to make. Where the did it all go wrong? That is disgusting, bro. Which VTuber? Which one? Which one so I know to avoid that channel? A female coworker complimented me on my shirt, and I began to stutter trying to say thanks. This guy will remember that for the rest of his life. Men will—
Okay, she's not wrong though. Like when men are given compliments, even the most like secure in their masculinity guys, I say is I like tout my blue fur. Yeah, even the most secure in their masculinity guys, when we get a compliment from a man or a woman, mind you, we will remember that shit. We absolutely will. Like when I think I've been doing YouTube for about 3 years now. So at the 6-month mark, I got monetized, and I remember telling my dad, I was so excited about it. And he was like, I always thought that you'd be great for radio, and this is the way that technology goes. I think you're made for this, son. I will never forget my dad saying that. I at this point, I have to succeed at this because my dad fucking complimented me.
Aww.
Like, I will never forget it.
He didn't sandwich it with you have a face for radio too, or anything like that.
Not that time. He has absolutely made that joke plenty of times since then. But that time he was just being sincere. And I was like, oh my God, my father complimented me. I'm used to my little brother getting all the compliments. So he's the strong, athletic, tall one.
Will be 85 years old on their deathbed, surrounded by their family, remembering the time some random woman complimented his Metallica shirt 45 years ago. Ladies, you want to make a random man's life? Compliment his shirt. Just make sure it's not one of those like Ahiago anime shirts, though. That was a weird era. I licked this canned tuna to imagine what it—
it's funny. Actually, her story reminded me of another instance.
I'm mortified.
I don't like this. Hold on. When I tell this story, we're just gonna take this off the screen for a moment. So when I was in high school, I was in the I was in the front yard, and I was like just practicing soccer, right? Because I was on the soccer team and shit like that. And this dude drove by on a motorcycle, and we lived in a small town, so it's the kind of town where you like wave hi to everybody. And I just threw up the peace sign to him while he drove by on the motorcycle. And then months upon months later, I start dating this girl, and she goes, "Hey, I think my dad saw you." I was like, I've never met your dad. What do you mean? She's like, yeah, a long time ago, he drove by on his motorcycle, and he said that there was this kid playing soccer and threw the peace sign. I was like, how does he fucking remember that? Because I was in high school. I didn't realize how much just simple gestures like that matter to men. Her dad remembered me all those months later, well before we were ever dating or not, just because I did this when he drove by on the motorcycle. She's not wrong about men remembering this shit.
They do. Men getting compliments from other men is like even up there too. Like,
oh, for sure. I love
guys getting compliments on their beard or like the cool jacket or whatever. That goes so far.
It doesn't even need to be men. Like 3 weeks ago, I was at the mall with my kid, and I was wearing a Devil May Cry shirt, and like this fucking 10-year-old kid walked by, and he goes, "Cool shirt, man." Because I was like, "Oh, nice, another gamer." Like, I'm gonna remember this fucking 10-year-old telling me my Devil May Cry shirt was cool. Like,
feels like to eat pussy. It doesn't taste like that or have that texture though. Put 5 pennies in your mouth, cut a hot dog down the middle, and then lick that. Probably closer. And here I am thinking the guy who licks a can of tuna pretending it was a pussy was rock bottom. What the f am I reading? Why can't you just buy a fleshlight or something like a normal person? The smell and the flavor are...
No.
I can say with actual absolute honesty that I've never used a fleshlight because to me that's not normal. Like that's how degenerate these people are. Like these people are so degenerate that to the other degenerates, fleshlights are normal.
Yeah. I mean, you've got the fleshlight guy saying that this is not normal. This is just batshit. But
I just finished watching this before I found this. Oh wait, this is the one. Someone said Jesus Christ a minute ago. That's what I thought I was clicking. Here we go. Yeah, Jesus Christ. He left this chat a long time ago. Sorry, Marty.
Are important factors here. Stop. If it smells and tastes like tuna, something is wrong. She has an infection. Suppose a girl has blocked you on every platform, but you know her address. For the past year, you've been sending her one GIF each month, each one bigger than the last. Sometimes you include a note. She's never responded, but you know she's receiving them. How would you proceed? You don't. You don't proceed. None of these people have...
Okay. This dude's a problem. Absolutely, 100%. But also... this bitch is kind of a cunt because instead of getting a restraining order, she's just sitting here accepting the gifts and not doing anything about it. So, like, there's no good guy in that situation. What?
I said, yeah, refuse the gifts. You don't take them because that encourages the behavior to continue.
Right. Like, I don't know if she's selfish or dumb or both, but
Probably
this is a no-win scenario. This is the Kobayashi Maru of, like, gender dynamics. So...
this party know I beat it to giantess vor animations. Maybe. But now the whole internet does. I love the people in the comments like, my man. It is just actually insane. Like, these people walk amongst us. Like, the guy in front of you in line at the bank might have a being eaten alive fetish. Who knows? An acquaintance I have is talking with his girlfriend and 4 of her friends 40 feet away from me. He said, statistically, one of the 10 guys in this room is a rapist. They all looked at me. Funfetti pizza.
All right. This is actually the first thing we've seen that I think looks like legitimately kind of good. Funfetti pizza.
Really?
If this is like Cece's
The
pizza style dessert pizza, what?
The sweet bread, like their cinnamon bread. It's
like if it's
it looks like somebody
up,
pre-chewed
like
some Skittles and vomited it over the cinnamon bread.
Oh, you think it's Skittles? See, I was thinking it was Fruity Pebbles.
Sure, but it still looks like vomit.
Yeah, it does. It does look like vomit. I'll give you that. But it looks like very sugary fun vomit.
I was talking to a girl who thought I was Latino. When I told her I'm Indian, she almost gagged. Woke up the sun.
All right, to be fair, she was on the right. Like no, I don't blame the girl for this at all. I'm normally on the fuck women train in more ways than one. But nah, she right for this one. We saw it on a Badger show earlier. Hashtag eat the Jeet.
Sunday morning. I'm still 5'9". Okay, 5'9" is not f***ing short. What the hell have the dating apps done to men? Women on dating apps have just like destroyed the male psyche. Like, dude.
I think the men that get hung up on these things that the women always say are the ideals, the 666, whatever. It's kind of like when people call you a Nazi or they call you a bigot. Look at the people using those words and are you trying to live up to any sort of standard that would please those people? Because the majority of the people, women in this case, that are saying, oh, he got to be 6 foot tall, got to have 6 figures, got to blah, blah. Look at those women. Those are not women you would want anyway.
I also don't think that that's like I guess for once, I'm going to come to the defense of women again. I don't think that's the majority of women. Like, I don't know how to say this without sounding braggadocious, but like, I'm an average height dude. I'm 5'8". I've never had any problem with women. Like, I've never been told, oh, you're not tall enough. I've never been like made fun of for my height or anything, except for once it was in jest the girl that I was already dating. Like, I don't know. I don't actually think most like real women care about that shit. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure you talk. Well, no, you're a woman, so you must also hate other women. Women don't get along, but like, I don't know. Is that a thing for women? Like, do they care about height?
I'm old and I don't like mingle with the peoples. But like somebody said, Demon Carol says the vocal minority. Yes, the ones we see on the internet, the ones that are on the apps, and those types of things. When you get into like real world interactions, I don't feel like it's the majority of the women out there that are like that.
I don't even think the ones on the apps are real women. I think 99 times out of 100, it's a fucking bot.
Or a dude.
or a dude, right?
But bots, yeah, for sure.
Dudes now believe if you're not 6'3", it's f***ing over. Didn't they just implement like a height filter on like Bumble or one of those apps or something? That is insane. Could you imagine they did a weight filter? Could you imagine no women under 170 pounds? Could you fucking imagine?
I can't imagine it, and it would make the world such a better place. Like not even on the apps. Not even on the apps. Weight filters in real life, male and female. If you've got to have a waist to height to weight ratio. It's kind of like it's kind of like the Pythagorean theorem of fatties, right? And if you're above a certain weight to your height ratio, we execute you. That's simple.
They would never paid for nudes for the first time. They weren't great nudes, but I kept paying because she talked to me. Spinning glizzy. She talked.
I don't even know how to respond to that. Like, paid for nudes. They weren't great nudes, but she talked to me. The order of operations to get those 3 sentences in that order. How am I getting secondhand embarrassment for these dudes while I'm dressed like a fucking furry? Again, granted, for those of you watching it after the fact, because this is getting clipped into a video, it's Halloween, okay? It's Halloween. It's a goddamn costume. But, like, I shouldn't be coming off as masculine when dressed like Sonic the goddamn Hedgehog, but compared to these motherfuckers, Jesus Christ, I'm Adonis. Men, get help. Get help, men. Subscribe to The Plot Strikes Back because this is masculinity incarnate, okay? Men, get help.
Something else, though, with the problem with these people that complain on the internet, I think they're also lazy, and if they try one time and they fail, that's it for them. They're done. Or twice. That's the thing you learn, right, as you get older. You don't stop trying. Either working on yourself to improve the things you dislike about yourself, to make yourself feel better. And the more confidence you have in yourself, the better that presents to other people, just because you have an aura about you. You have this confidence, and that goes huge with people. And humor, who doesn't love a funny person? Like, people are lazy.
I mean, so I actually am curious about, because you say lazy, and you might be correct about that, but I'm wondering how much this is laziness and how much of it is just an absolutely defeated, like, morality. Your mindset is just destroyed. So it's more of a weakness of will than it is, because laziness implies you could do it, but you choose not to, as opposed to I'm thinking these dudes choose not to because they don't think they could do it.
I think why not both? A little bit of both. As someone who has had clinical depression issues over the past 30 fucking years, yeah, you get demoralized. You have struggles, all the things. You still do it anyway. I'm not going to sit and cry on the internet about it. Do better. You're not happy with where
you're
you
gonna
are.
sit and cry alone in your room with the cameras off with some fucking whiskey or vodka in your hand like a goddamn adult.
Tequila.
Oh, you got tequila tonight, my girl.
Yeah, I'm out of whiskey. No, you have those moments. That's fine. You don't put them on display for everyone else because, one, that's really not the way to get what you're seeking, if that's in fact what you are seeking, right? Somebody told me one time, she's married with kids now, but she was looking for a husband, and she's like, I want to be what my ideal person wants in a partner. So if I'm looking for this type of partner, I have to consider what they are looking for. And if that's what I want, I'm going to be that. Stay true to herself, but also if she wants to be more active, she's going to start working out and stick to it because that's who she wants to be. You can be whoever the fuck you want, right? So do it.
I think that's what all relationships, or at least positive relationships, are built on. There is a And by the way, not even romantic relationships. Like I meant romantic relationships when I was saying it, but thinking on it now, just relationships in general. Like obviously there's a version of you and you're going to stay true to yourself, but there also is a give and take of like to make, the people I care about's life better and easier and more productive. I will need to make sacrifices or improve XYZ thing. And that is, I mean, that's the mark of showing that you care. Like there's a difference between like being, the cheerleader girl that wants to date the musician. So she dyes her hair black and starts wearing the fucking like goth clothes and whatnot. Like, no, that's, you're changing yourself. And that's not fucking normal or okay. But if someone's like, if you're in a functional relationship and one person wants kids and the other one's undecided, then that's something that you work through together. And if your mind gets changed because like you love this person and you see a future, it's like, no, that's not you giving up who you are. Like that's a productive avenue to take.
Sure. Absolutely. People change.
Yeah, absolutely.
To you, huh? Are you sure about that? Are you sure you were talking to Cutie Pie Kitten 69 and not f***ing Kamal from Pakistan? Because apparently that's the thing. Apparently OnlyFans girls hire agencies in like India and Pakistan to like talk to their simps for them.
Yep.
The amount of dude, like, I don't know. I don't get OnlyFans. I had this buddy. I used to be in a band with him. And this has been probably 5-6 years ago. It's like right when OnlyFans started to blow up. And we were talking about, like, he was subscribed to these 2 or 3 girls on OnlyFans or whatever. And I was like, why do you pay for this when you can watch porn for free? And he's like, because there's something different about, knowing that you're messaging them back and like it's a real person. And I was like, I get it. Like, I disagree, but I get it,
It's not good. It's not healthy.
No.
This person, like she just said, is probably not even the one talking to you. But you have this delusion that you're choosing to pay into to get those little tiny dopamine hits, those little tiny flickers of, I have connection with a real person. Do you though?
I get my dopamine hits from getting a fucking trophy in a video game. So, like, I don't know. I guess maybe I'm still a child. I am dressed as a fucking hedgehog.
It's Halloween. You're fine.
That's true.
Until I am tired of them, so I won't have to approach them and then get rejected. Is this why the birth rate is so low? I was under the impression it was because the economy and because gender relations are so terrible in this country and like women want a career and they're on birth control, blah, 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 blah. But I don't know. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe there's just millions of this guy. Or maybe this is just Reddit. I can only get off to femboy hentai now. Corn on the cob, no salt, no butter, no nothing. This is the closest I can get to the feeling of eating out a girl's Oh, that's not... You know what? Maybe it is. I don't know. My cat was sitting on my lap and I had to make him move because I started to get hard when I saw a gif of Candace Owens. I was watching a not safe for work video.
The worst part about that was just that the cat had to move. Like,
Aww.
It's really, dude. I was eating dinner earlier. It was before fucking Sevi's stream, and I was on the couch. I'm watching the Boondocks, and my cat's sitting on my lap, and I was like, I'm the villain. I've got to make the cat move because I have to go stream. I'm the bad guy. My pets rule my fucking life.
With that one French girl and Coombe.
Oh God, am I one of these guys? Tell me I'm not one of these guys, Mox.
Oh no. Oh
Just
no.
when the camera randomly zoomed in 4K HD on a guy's face, so I did a load to a guy. Felt a little bit cucked and gay and cried a little bit. You could have looked away. But you didn't.
Leon?
Stories like these make me rethink all the shit I've taught on women over the years on this channel. Like, I mean, because I've taught such ridiculous shit on these dumb broads. But then I see stuff like this, I'm like, oh no. Guys are fucking stupid too.
See, that's the secret, Leon. I don't hate women. I don't hate men. I hate stupid people or awful people. Mostly just people. And on an individual basis, I love people. I want to support them. I want to be everything. But people, those people out there, like, no. No, men, women, everyone's horrible.
Daxstar says, no, brother, don't give in.
Did you? My body is permanently deformed and crippled by decades of compulsive, joyless masturbation. Everyone who sees me can tell instantly. Saw a female's body in the cheese and had to jerk off before finishing the plate. Microwaved cheese lasagna. Okay, so I'm just gonna pretend I didn't read the first part. What the f is that? That is not lasagna. That is an abomination. Jerked off to a VTuber crying compilation and the hardest I've ever in my life. I used to be a track star.
Like, okay, this one I kind of get. I love seeing women cry, but it doesn't like make me horny or anything. I just like knowing that people are in pain. It gives me life. But it's not a sexual thing. I'm an asshole.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't move. Yeah, it doesn't move. I'm just a dick. So I like when I see those ICE videos of like them coming in and ripping like people away from their parents and their families and shit. I'm like, yes, give me more. I want to see it because it makes me happy to know that people are suffering. But it's not a sexual thing. It's just fun.
For the record, it's not sexual, people.
In high school, and both my parents always loved me. How did I fall so far? It's actually so crazy how, like, you can do everything right as a parent. You can just be, like, a great, responsible parent and raise your kid right. And then one day on your son's, like, 13th birthday, you gift him his own computer. And then in a few years, he's masturbating to anime girls crying and posting about it on Reddit. Tofu broke apart just like my life. Yesterday, for the first time...
That's what you get for eating tofu.
Thank you. I still had a mouthful of smoke from my vape. Oh my God, maybe I am one of these guys. So I didn't get to see. Yes, exactly. Tofu, again, eat a fucking steak. You gotta eat a steak and lift like 5 fucking pounds of weights, dude. The 2-liter of soda that's sitting unopened in your fridge. Just pump a little of that before you fucking drink it.
Dax and I know I've cooked tofu. I actually like tofu. It kind of tracks with,
Yeah,
the demographic we're talking about.
There's nothing wrong with tofu. I've made good tofu. I've had good tofu. There is something wrong with these kinds of people eating tofu.
In my life,
these
I looked
people
for
should
and
stay
watched
away.
cuck porn on purpose, then cried. I have a micro penis. All porn is cuck porn. You're sitting in a chair watching 2 people fuck. You might as well be sitting in a chair in the corner of a hotel room watching 2 people fuck on a bed. What?
Okay, she's making a lot of assumptions that men are sitting in the chairs when they jerk off. All I'm saying is that, like, there's a myriad of places
Where do you
can do
where do you sit or stand while you consume this type of content?
it depends on where I am at the time.
Oh no, I regret
What's the
everything.
difference? Porn is basically virtual cucking.
All I'm saying is whoever said location is an intelligent individual.
Tried to jack off today, but all the porn was so bad I just turned my phone off and cried myself to sleep. Okay, the reason why you think the porn is boring is because you are so completely desensitized from seeing it all the time. Like 40 years ago, dudes were jerking it to like the Sears catalog underwear ads. And now the most insane, depraved shit you could ever fucking imagine is only like a few clicks away. Like, I just don't think...
But see, here's the thing. I think that because of this, there's gonna be a resurgence of modesty jerk off. Like, this is what I mean is that, like, I think that dudes are gonna get so used to, like, they're gonna get so desensitized to the normal stuff, they're going to find modesty attractive. Does that make sense?
The pendulum swings so far it resets
Right,
back to the other side.
Yeah. I think that this, like,
They're
that's
like,
a best case scenario.
I've seen so much gimp porn. Now I get hard watching a conservative woman with buttoned up dress
Right,
making
like-
cookies. So bricked up.
I'm not even saying this for a bit. Like, I actually do think that's the route it will go. Because if it goes the other route where everyone gets so desensitized, it just gets worse and worse and worse, and that's like the downfall of society. So, like, I'm really banking on the good future of people are like, oh, better homes and gardens. Like,
humans were meant to live that way. Like, I don't think humans were meant to see sissy hypno inflation compilation.
she said hypno, boys. Hypnotic emojis in the chat. Let's go.
Every second of the day, you know? Whenever I masturbate, I leave my cum sitting in my underwear. We can smell it, by the way. We can smell the cum. Women especially can tell if you have recently masturbated. You ladies know what I'm talking about. Like, you go up to a guy and, like, you can
without going into detail, is this true?
What'd she say again?
That women can smell when men have masturbated or finished masturbating? However you would say that grammatically correct.
The discharge has a distinct odor and it's pretty potent. So unless it's, well, you and your whore baths, take a shower. Take a shower. Put the dirties in the laundry, just in case. You know those cum trees?
Like you could
The
smell
trees
it.
that
If you're a
blossom and they smell like jizz.
Those what?
The cum trees.
No, I get
Am I
on
gonna
that.
have to
The fuck is a cum tree?
Hold, please.
Chat. This is an educational program.
This is an
You
educational
guys might know
program.
what a cum tree is. I don't. Oh, she's sharing her screen.
Search for the word. It comes up.
This.
It's not just for the record, it's not a botanical classification, but a colloquial name for trees such as the carob tree or certain cultivars as the Bradford pear, which are known for a strong odor associated with their flowers. So Central California covered in them. So there's a certain time of year when the blossoms are blooming. You walk outside, you're just wanting to go to Target, Best Buy. I don't know if people go to Best Buy anymore. You just want to go to the shops. The parking lots have them everywhere. Cum trees. Very potent. See?
Huh.
Here's why the trees on your street smell like, you know.
This has got to be a Vice article. Hold on, scroll back up. Is this Vice?
Yes.
Fucking called it.
It's
Just
that
the goddamn
chlorine
title.
musk. Chlorine musk. Oh my goodness.
I learned a new term today. I am now going to find a way to use it in every possible sentence and interaction with other human beings when I leave this dungeon.
Picture. Oh no.
I'm there's a certain level of like artistry and I don't hate it. That's all I'm saying. I don't hate it. Does that make me gay? Like I can appreciate the statue of David without being a homo. Can't I appreciate that art without being gay? Like,
let's leave that a rhetorical question.
I feel like she's judging me. Like she's just there
No,
pointing,
never.
like you fucking queer.
guy and you're like, wait, is she joking? Is she being serious? Don't worry about it. Last night I jumped off and my goopy steamer of a load landed on my Xbox and fell into the ventilation of the console and it turned.
No.
This never would happen if you were gaming on a PC like a fucking adult.
Kind of just getting your keyboard and then you have to pop off the keys and like do some deep cleaning, but yes,
Look,
would not have happened.
You keep a keyboard as safe a reachable distance. Like, first of all, guys, even if you're not a streamer, always assume the camera is on. That's the thing. You got cell phones for a fucking reason. Always assume the camera's on.
Me on so much I sprayed the console with 9 sprays of my mom's perfume and masturbated to the stench, and now it won't start. Breakfast to start the day. Why? Why? I've had this crush for 3 years and I want to screenshot and print some of her photos on Instagram to pee on them, but I can't even afford a printer, so I just wrote her name on a piece of paper and drowned it in my piss.
This
wired
is not
differently.
a human being.
No, we're wired differently, men and women, if you didn't know.
Okay,
and then there are levels between the sexes of degeneracy and.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Is like, to me, like I'm disgusted for my gender right now. Like knowing there are dudes out there like this, it's physically paining me. What emotions are you feeling as a woman right now? Hearing just all of this.
I mean, come on, just take a shower, use your imagination. You took the time to write her name on a piece of paper. I mean, come. No, this is humiliation.
Did you mean
kink.
to end on?
This is-
Did you mean to not follow up? You're just like, come, and then you stopped. I didn't know if that was intentional or not.
No. Like, why doesn't he just have the imagination in the shower or whatever? But he had to do it on the piece of paper. But no, this is totally humiliation fetish. This whole subreddit, they're sharing this because they get off on the humiliation aspect. They may just be trolling with a lot of what they actually type in. I think he actually did it. Which there are levels here that we're dealing with, but I think this entire thread is a fetish thread. 100.
I mean, that would
Like, step on my cube, step on me, hurt me.
If that is
I'm so
if this is a
disgusting.
fetish thread, that is
Yeah.
in my opinion, a best case scenario. I would actually rather this be like just these weird fucked up fetishes that people are like getting off to, whether it be role playing or truth or whatnot, than like men are actually this like emotionally fucking broken to the point where they're having to resort to this.
I think there's 3 types: the trolls that make it up, the ones that actually do it, and maybe there's just 2 types. But the common ground is the fetish of the humiliation of the act, sharing it to others gets their peepees hard.
Like,
This is not them, thrashing themselves and like, oh, I'm so terrible. This is, look how terrible I am. Don't you want to hurt me and step on my cubes? Kind of, yeah. This is humiliation.
but see, the thing is, and this is what gets me, is this is supposedly a subreddit for dudes to more or less vent to other dudes. So like,
Oh, spoiler. They all actually are bisexual or gay, and they just say they're into girls. The kink here doesn't matter about the sex of the reader. It's the humiliation that gets them, that makes it move.
humans are fucking weird, girl.
Why do cucks exist? The humiliation.
Is that what? I mean, I have found myself asking that question before because I don't get it. It's something
The
that
ones
I
that are
literally-
into it, absolutely humiliation fetish.
Bro, how do you get turned like I remember being in kindergarten and fucking pissing myself because that's what happens when you're in goddamn kindergarten. It happens. Sometimes you have accidents or whatnot. And I remember that to this day, and I'm in my fucking 30s, and it's still something that like haunts me as an embarrassing thing. I'll just never let it go. And I feel shame. In my 30s, I feel shame for having a fucking accident when I was like 5. I cannot imagine something like that making your fucking dick hard.
Well, that's why it's a fetish. It's something weird typically, right? We don't call normal aphrodisiacs a fetish. We call fetishes because they're not conventional or antithetical to the reasons why people are aroused. So I don't know if you've ever streamed with Will from Cellulite Podcast, friend of the channel.
I think he hopped in on one of the streams that like we were on like a panel show on one of yours. So I've streamed them once.
So
Funny
he's
dude.
talked about his path. Yeah, it's been a while. So way back when he first got started, he knew Drex in real life. And they, 20 some odd years ago, lived a different type of lifestyle. And they openly talked about this at the time. So I don't think it's not calling anybody out here, but totally they disavow it now. But Will would talk about certain instances where he was basically hired to a couple and the guy would watch. And then the guy would want him to like humiliate him further. And he was like, nah, that's not why I'm here. Like, no, I ain't into the gay stuff. Like, stop it. But
Oh, that's what you mean by humiliate him further. Because I was going to ask what you meant, but
yeah.
oh no, that's...
Yeah, it's the humiliation kink. That's why cucks exist.
Shout out Sons and Shadows. Thanks for the raid. You walked in at a great time. Let's keep going.
Just a stupid piso. Why? I hate how the one time she wants to pop a tea for the gram is when she's breastfeeding. Got me using AI just to remove her baby from the pic. Save the earth and...
You know what? Responsible use of AI. I would actually rather, if this is gonna exist, I'd rather someone remove the child than add the child.
Did that algorithm hit you this past year with the breastfeeding videos on Instagram?
Not
They
that
were,
I'm aware of.
oh, wow. It was something. So there were these Instagram models that were demonstrating breastfeeding with a doll, but they were all tits out, like nipples, everything. But they named it or
Wait, on
in the
Instagram?
hashtags.
Like, I thought you weren't supposed to show
Oh,
like
no.
nipples
Oh,
on
no.
Instagram.
If you say it's breastfeeding, it was everywhere. Maybe they fixed it since, but this past year it was rampant. But they'd have a fake doll and it would just be gratuitous boobies.
Yeah, no, I had no idea. Apparently Sean Green did though, so
and post them titties uncensored, plump and full of milk. This video is turning me into a fucking misandrist. This video is turning me into a femcel. I can't do this anymore. I'm dyeing my hair blue, I'm getting a nose ring, I'm growing out my armpit hair. The girl I like was wearing flip-flops.
But women in the chat, because I know there's like 2 of you, notice how she didn't say she was going to gain weight. It's because fat bitches are still disgusting. No matter how bad these posts from dudes are, fat bitches will still always be gross.
And gym shorts at uni yesterday, sitting on the floor with her legs open. I went home and off 6 times in a row thinking about her feet and her butt. Woke up today, went to pee, and noticed that a chunk of skin on the back of my is coming off. That's it! That's it! Men need to be born into prison and then earn their way out. There's probably something.
This goes back to what you were saying earlier, but also
So my coworker friend, her reasoning was they need to spend some time so they know how to act right with just people. She wasn't meaning it for any like relationships or anything like that, but just you learn how to function in a society. Yeah, that's funny.
oh, that viscerally, that just string of words together in that order.
Oh, the chunk of skin?
Ah, yes,
Thank-
that one. Stop.
You
Oh,
didn't say the whole thing.
I know, but since you saying that part, recalled the rest of it. I'm gonna wake up to fucking text stream at like 3 a.m. just quoting that, aren't I? For you to just break me.
Terribly wrong with my colon. I've been told to seek medical advice ASAP for several months, but it will probably figure itself out one way or another. Well, you should probably go to the doctor if you don't want something bad. I wish older women would pee on me. Oh. God, the men you have sent to protect us are on Reddit fantasizing about getting pissed on. Discovered cartoon pornography at the age of 8 and life sucks since then. My mom caught me dry humping my torn mattress to some AI porn and hasn't looked at me in the eyes since. I haven't even touched a girl intimately yet, and I've lived half my life. I'm 39. Okay, first.
I was gonna ask if this was a kid.
It's not. I'm imagining the person writing would be a teenager, but no, that's something.
Bro, men are fucking cooked, dude.
First of all, bro is fart maxing. Second of all, men, you really gotta stop the porn. You gotta stop it or like just way less of it. It's not good for you. Listen, I used to be super pro porn a few years ago. Not anymore. It's gotten so bad, especially after COVID. I feel like it got so much worse. I feel like porn addiction just kind of exploded in the past few years. In women too, as we have previously discussed. Like, sure, everything is fine in moderation, blah, 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 but I feel like there's just like no moderation anymore. I feel like fucking everyone is just a gooner. And it's making everybody depressed. We're just like a society running on like perpetual post-nut depression. Afraid to talk to women at work in case they allegation.
And yes, plot strikes back tank top. Those aren't men you read. Of course they're not. That's kind of the problem. The many, if not majority of those that we see online at the very least, are not really who you meet in the day-to-day world. I have met some people that I probably could say are like this in real life, but for the most part, these aren't your normal people. These are the loud, I hope, minority on the internet.
Yeah, I'm really, because here's the thing. People on Reddit and on the internet in general are posting this behind anonymity. So we don't actually know if this is the minority or not. Like, this could be 90% of the chat for all we fucking know. I assume that's not the case. I hope and pray that's not the fucking case. But
We're not kink shaming here, but there are levels.
Oh, I am. I'm kink shaming. If you're into feet, you don't deserve to exist.
Well, you would cut your own feet off if you could.
This is 100% true. I find feet to be disgusting. And frankly, I never thought I would say this. This video is making me like, oh, maybe the feet guys ain't so bad.
Right.
Someone said I want old women to piss on me. You know what? At this point, Kada and Mugen Lord kind of makes sense.
Max. Just friendliness max and LARP as a normapilled creepiness minimizer. I asked a girl out at work and she reported me to HR. I think I'm gonna lose my job. See, this is sad. Like, back in the day, it was totally acceptable to flirt with your coworker, ask her on a date, whatever. Like, so many people's parents met because they worked together, because they were coworkers, and they flirted and they hung out and stuff. And now it's like not socially acceptable at all to do that. HR culture has ruined the relationship between men and women in the workplace. Fuck HR, go talk to your crush. I got called into HR because apparently it's not.
Say it again?
How did he ask her out though? Context matters.
Yeah, I do feel like context matters.
Was it like this leave it to Beaver? Hi, Judy. I think you're swell. We should go get a coffee sometime. Or was he super creepo weirdo? And he's been like, they've been having issues with him being a creepo weirdo with this other person for months. You don't know. Don't trust people on the internet.
It's funny you bring up leave it to Beaver because, you know, that could very well in and of itself be in today's modern, you know, culture be looked at as a sexual innuendo. And it's like, well, no, it was a TV show from the 50s. Like it's all this modern slang and stuff. I can't keep up. Yeah, no, context does matter. I think this is a case of like two things can be true because yes, context does matter, but also HR is the fucking like death knell for the modern workforce. So yeah,
as someone who wears the HR hat on occasion, you have two employees on company time screwing around in one of the barns when they're not supposed to be. That's a problem. Sorry, we're ruining your romance, but don't be fucking on company property during company hours. I agree.
That's a problem, but it's more like it's more one of those things to where. So HR, you know, human resources used to, you know, there used to be a purpose to it. You know, if you're a black dude and you know, it's 1979 and you're in the workplace and some white dude, you know, decides to call you the N-word with the hard R. Okay, yeah, maybe, you know, human resources should do something about that. That being said, if you are, you know, friendly with a female coworker and you guys have been friendly for the last 6 months and the flirting has been reciprocated, but third party Karen over here hears the flirting and goes to HR on of her own volition and now gets you fucking fired. And by the way, the reason this sounds very specific is because this happened to me several years ago.
Other people can file a sexual harassment claim.
And that's what happened. I was at work. I was flirting with this girl. She was flirting back. I got fired for flirting with a female coworker. By the way, her and I ended up dating and whatnot. It's not like it was unreciprocated. She was flirting back. Like but the third party filed an HR complaint. Like that's and this was over 10 years ago, probably at this point. So needless to say, it's a common occurrence, or at least more common than it should be.
It's abused. For sure.
Yeah.
Not okay to jokingly ask my coworker if I can gargle her period. Oh, what the Okay, never mind. Never mind. Don't do that. Don't do that. No more
Why does HR exist, Leon? Because people can't handle themselves. Because they're retarded. That's why.
You know, I've never been a nihilist. But like, I get it now. I get it. I'm struggling this stream to be a strong man of God. But like,
sound the trumpets.
I get why the flood happened, dude. I do. I get why the flood happened.
Talking to women at work. No more talking to women at work. No more talking to women in general. Total ban on talking to women until we figure out what the hell is going on. Downloaded Tinder and got 2 matches in 5 days. F my stupid, ugly life. Okay, from what I know from like men who use the apps that I've talked to, that's actually really good. Oh my god, they're all so mad at him in the replies. You get a match in less than a week and you complain? Stop humble bragging. I've gotten 0 matches in 3 months. 2 matches.
What were you saying, Mox?
And then everyone's like pitchforks out. Let's kill him.
I don't know. I haven't used Tinder in years. Like after my divorce, like my first one years ago, I did use it because I mean that was the thing. I was young. I think I was like 22, 23, something like that at the time. So it was like it was normal. That was part of the culture. I thought that was just how people meet people. And from what I hear, it's very, very different now. A decade later, because like back in the day, it was like matches all the time. They were normal women. We would go on normal dates and things to that effect. Now it's all Habib. Just cosplaying as an actual woman. So
Matches in 5 days? Why are you even here? My culture is not your costume. Fake cell. Go outside and get your life together. A true cell gets 0 matches. That's 2 people. How many do you need to be satisfied? Mods, take his balls away. 2 matches? Head on over to Kitchen Chads. Oh god, what is Kitchen Chads? Hold on.
This is so ridiculous. See, they enjoy the identity and they're protecting the identity, right? It's not to help other bros out or like encourage each other. This is humiliation, fetish, grossness. You're not one of us. Get out. You're harshing my boner.
But tell me honestly, are you not kind of curious about what Kitchen Chads is? Because I am. We've come this far. I mean, like, I'm very curious about Kitchen Chads.
You can take a glance. I'm not.
On Kitchen Chads, it's real. Oh my god. I love cooking for my girlfriend with the money I make from my job. Made some ratatouille because I like the movie.
I thought the same thing. Like, there's no way that's real. Dudes don't talk like that.
All the money I make from my job that I have.
For a run later. I have had sex before. This is like the Krusty Krab across the street from the chum bucket. This is evil. This is diabolical. Okay, let's go back to kitchen cells. We're done here. I haven't felt the touch of a woman in months. Months?
Whoa. Hold on.
Back to kitchen cells. We're done here. I haven't felt the touch.
Okay. For real though, doing the folded rectangular omelet does take skill. Like I'm impressed by the technique here. I don't know if you've ever tried this.
Where's the salsa? Avocado.
You're a salsa on your omelet kind of gal. I do yum yum.
I'm a salsa on everything kind of gal.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah. No, I do yum sauce on mine. I really like me some yum sauce, but I do the sugar-free version.
Yum sauce.
Yeah.
Is that a brand or is it a?
No, I'm sure it's got a different name in Japanese. That's what they call it in America. Imagine you know how Japanese mayonnaise is way better than American mayonnaise?
I've heard. It costs $14 when American is like $5.
Right. Yeah, trust me, Japanese mayonnaise, at least try it. It'll change your life. Yum sauce is basically, imagine what Japan does to their mayonnaise to make it better than American stuff, but with Thousand Island dressing instead. So it's like Thousand Island dressing, but like 1,000,000 over 9,000 times better.
Of a woman in months. Months? Fake cell. Try 25 years. Boo, fake cell. Fake cell spotted. Went to the drugstore and...
You're right. These dudes take pride in being lonely when like they're... So is this... I don't even know what this is anymore. Are they actually complaining about it? Are they just looking for online validation? Is it both? I'm really confused.
Identity and
so like the same way that we bitch about trannies usurping everything, this is the fucking dude that can't get laid version of it.
Sure.
Jesus Christ.
There's no understanding it. This is wackadoo. I wouldn't even say it's mental illness. I just think it's deranged.
I mean, I feel like those synonyms, but I get what you mean.
The girl cashier was nice to me. Started stuttering, so she kind of giggled at me, so I left immediately. Felt so humiliated I couldn't stop myself to get home and masturbate to the idea of her suffering. Masturbating to the idea of her suffering. Incredible. This is some classic incel shit. I like how there's just like a bunch of people in the comments like, dude, what the fuck? Bro, get some help. Fake cells when a real incel pulls up. A girl I know has recently added me to her close friend stories. Well, today she posted a poll asking what color she should paint her toenails, and apparently my answer was, quote, too specific. I'm no longer in her close friends list. I once walked up to a woman I went to school with.
Maybe she added you by accident.
Yeah, I'm really bummed out he didn't say what his answer was. Like, if it was too specific, I want, because there's different ways of being like, did he describe her feet, or did he go in depth with his knowledge of nail polish? Because like
Color
those are two different kinds of
it's
dudes.
midnight such and such with sparkles, like shimmering
Right.
such and such. What kind of
Like did he
specific
end
would
it with like, I recently got a pedicure at insert business here. I've got a gal. Hit me up. I can get you a discount. Like,
That'd
I
be
don't
a
know.
little
Would that
too
work on a
specific.
woman?
No.
Okay.
Well, I don't know
assume
about
he
women.
would, like, clean
It
feet.
wouldn't work
Like,
on me.
I've seen all the 90s, sitcoms, and apparently dudes don't clip their toenails, and that's it's apparently very weird. I clip my toenails because I don't like my nails getting caught on my socks.
It's middle school at a bar. Before I could even finish saying hello and asking how she was, a guy put himself between us and asked her if she knew me. She said no. I'm pretty sure they're married now. 22, no driver's license, no post-high school education, never had a job, never kissed a woman, and have horrible social anxiety. Flying bundle of bananas for dinner.
Okay, well, first of all, impressive. Like good shot composition for the pitcher here. But yeah, 22, no driver's license, no post-high school education. Now, look, I didn't grow up in a big city. So I know things are different in like LA and that area and like California and shit like that. But where I live out in the Midwest, when our big cities are like 250,000 people, which is probably like a fucking town to New York people, if you don't have a driver's license, you're a fucking failure. Like, man or woman. Like, I've attempted to date women, and then they told me that they don't drive, they can't drive, they don't know how, or they never got their license. Off the table. You're done. We ain't doing it. I cannot imagine somebody who can't drive where I live. Is that I don't know, is that normal? Is that different?
Well, I live in a rural area. There's no option. There's no public transport. There's no way to get around. It's just you have to. Unless you're going to rely, which we only recently got like DoorDash, but typically you have to. It's just part of what's required to live in a remote area. But if you're in a hustle and bustling like metropolis, then I can see people not needing it. But
I can see people not like owning cars. I can't imagine though them at least not getting their license, because like, well, you need to at least know the skill. Like, it's one of those things where it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Like, I can't imagine not knowing how to drive even if you don't use it. I don't know.
I definitely think you should learn.
Yeah,
it's a skill.
Sorry, continue.
Oh no, I agree. It's a skill you should learn.
I'm Albanian. F you. I'm half Jewish, half Indian. It was over at birth. You didn't have to tell us the half Jewish part. We could tell by the circumcised avocado. 5'3". Finally got the confidence to walk up to a girl at a bar, and she bent down and asked me where my parents are. Oh no. Judging by what we have seen,
I take it all back. Women can be funny. That's fucking good. I'm like, look. If I walked up to a 6'4" Amazonian and she did that to me, I wouldn't even feel humiliated. I'd be like, God damn. Base.
Climb that tree.
Like, I would probably think she was hotter after that.
around this subreddit, some guys would be totally into that. Some men are drowning, while others die of thirst. I should clean my bathroom, but without the drain flies, I have nobody left to keep me company. As
Whoa. Is that flan? This motherfucker make flan? How you not getting fucking pussy if you can make flan, bro? Dude is not using his particular skill set. Damn.
Asmongold, is that you? You don't just have your drain.
No, it's not Asmongold. Again, that was flan. Ain't no good goddamn way Asmongold knows how to make flan. Oh, Marty might be right. He bought it. Okay. Well, I take it all back.
Flies, look, you have a little ant friend too. See, it's not all bad. Made peach cobbler. I have a date tomorrow. Maybe my femcel gay life is over. A woman going on to a incel subreddit talking about how she has a date tomorrow. This is just evil. This is just like eating a 5-course meal in front of a starving African child. What are you doing, bitch?
Nah, because I would do that to a starving African child. I would look at that little fucking scrawny, rib showing dark child. I would look him in the eye. I would take a bite of the fried chicken and be like, capitalism is so fucking based. And then I'd walk away. I'd throw him the bone when I'm done so that maybe he can get like a slight little like aftertaste of what it was like so that he knows what he's missing by not being in America.
Femcel loser who can't talk to people and spends all her time playing games. Guy I had a crush on from high school told me he wasn't interested in a relationship, but I think he's lying and didn't want to tell me he's not interested because I'm fat, chopped, and broke. F my fucking loser virgin life. I'm about to turn 25 and I'm still a virgin. I feel like it's too late now. Everyone knows more about intimacy than I ever could, and no one will ever want an unattractive, inexperienced femcel. I'm just a lonely virgin femcel gamer. Hee. Bro, why are there women in this incel community? They're like f***ing locusts. They come in, they gentrify everything. Sports, politics, board games, video games. Now the incel community, the hating women club is being invaded by women.
Look, we've gone through nearly 2 hours at this point of hating on dudes, which is out of my comfort zone. I'm so happy we're back on the team of hating on women. Like,
Ooh.
This is my comfort zone. This is where I'm happy. The fuck women train. Well, okay, that can mean something different, but like, you know what? It works either way.
You pick.
Nothing sacred. There's no such thing as a female incel, okay? There's no such thing as a heterosexual female incel. Dating and finding a relationship, different.
She is correct about that, by the way. I don't know. Like, do you think there's such a thing as a femcel?
No, because if they wanted to, they could easily just like you can easily find a guy that would, fuck
Exactly.
anything.
Exactly. Even the most fucking busted troglodyte hogs can get a dude at the bar if he's like, 6 shots of tequila deep or something.
But at the same time, would these guys, let's say they're real incels, would they fuck a 400-pound hog of a woman too, or are they being picky? Like,
that's a good question. Like, if your identity is built, I imagine they start off as being picky, but then once your identity is built around not being able to get laid, it stops being about being picky
by your chosen demographic of women that you would want to score with, right?
Right. Yeah. It stops being about being picky, and now like I never considered this as like a until you made it clear, like. The way you've explained this and helped me through this journey. By the way, I'm so glad because normally I do these Shoe0nHead reactions solo. I'm very glad to have a partner in crime for this one because I would have had a totally different perspective on this. But you've been like, no, it's a lifestyle choice. They get off on this the humiliation fetish. And it's like opening my eyes to like these sorts of dudes. It was like,
broaden your mind.
Yeah. I'm again. It's very good to take a step back and find other perspectives. That's called growth, children. So yeah, no, the point is, I bet these dudes like started off being picky. They wanted the Stacy or they wanted the goth mommy or whatever. And now they just like reject all women because they have found this community and other dudes that can't get laid. And that is actually more important than pussy could ever be.
I think that's fair for a fair portion of them, at least in these particular groups.
They still need to work out and eat meat though.
Different. But any man would f*** you. It doesn't matter how fat, how socially awkward, how ugly. Men f*** couches. Men f*** rotisserie chickens. You can find a man who will f*** you. All female incels.
I don't know if you know this or not.
What?
About like when she says men fuck couches, you know that's a real thing.
I've heard things.
Yeah, like I would say men do it. I would say boys do it. Like this is and any man or boy or guy or whatever, not boy because we don't let people under 18 in the chat here. If you're under 18, you'll get banned. But any adult male in the chat can 100% acknowledge that you get off the bus in like 6th, 7th, 8th grade. Your parents are at work. You got the home to yourself, and you see that little space in the couch, and it just clicks.
Are you calling out everybody in the chat right now?
I'm calling out every male in the chat for sure. Calling out every male in the chat. I'm not saying they did it.
Sorry,
I'm saying they at least thought about it.
Or they knew a guy who did it.
100%.
I know of a guy who fucked a rolled up sleeping bag. and one who tried to fuck a grapefruit.
Okay, the sleeping
Late
bag
teens.
actually does kind of make sense because like it's got a very like swishy outer like casing. So like I bet there's not that much friction there. The grapefruit is throwing me off though. The grapefruit's throwing me off.
I heard third hand, but I believe it.
I mean, if he had a third hand, maybe he needed the grapefruit because an orange wouldn't cut it.
There you go.
Are Volcells. That is my hot take. I know I'm a fake cell, but I truly wish I was a true cell. The only woman who truly loved me for who I am is gone from this world, and I'm the only one to blame. I wish I was a true cell so I didn't know what true love felt like. Sometimes when I cook, I like to—
What
rid
the
of
fuck's a true
labels.
cell?
Like a real incel versus a fake incel because he actually had a woman in his life. I don't know. We need to strip all the labels. No identifiers. Just
Don't say
person.
strip. That'll make these dudes hard and want to piss on shit.
he, him, she, her. That's it. We don't need.
No. Stop. No. None of this he, him. None of this she, her. This is actually the only time I will actually advocate for using they, them because these are not humans.
Yeah, well, there's that.
imagine I'm cooking for a loving partner who's excited for me to join them at the table, but then I turn around and nobody's there and a little part of me dies inside. Every night I go to sleep thinking about kissing a girl just once. Another man's child has the eyes.
Okay, so normally we wait till after the video reactions to acknowledge super chats and whatnot, but holy shit. J-Mac just came in with a fucking 50 Words of Paradise banger membership like that. You know what? I'll put it like this. For those of y'all that don't know J-Mac, he is the exact opposite of everything being discussed in this video today. Dude works out. Dude got a happy, beautiful family. And he plays Magic the Gathering, of which I'm still waiting for us to meet so that I can absolutely destroy him with the Gabo deck. But that's neither here nor there. That's right. I keep it on lock, Jay. Yo, shout out. Thank you so much. I don't even know how to say thank you. So I guess as the ultimate thank you, I'm gonna give you some horsecock. Horse semen's great. I'm digging horsecock.
Is your cock a horse cock? You will never hear me say it. Nay. Ooh, as I keep more.
My favorite stallion I keep in my top drawer kinda goes hard though.
'Cause there is no cock like horse cock. Send your asshole into shock and eat horse.
I don't know how we're going to ever top horsecock. Bingo, bango, bongo. There it is. Now, chat. I've had that clip in my arsenal for quite a while, and I know it fucks with a lot of y'all. I don't know if you guys know the lore, the history behind that clip. But somebody showed me that song. Who was it? Who was it that showed me that song? Mox? Do you know?
I may know said person.
Just so you guys know, every time you hear that clip, it's because Moxie showed me that song.
You did a live reaction. That was the live reaction, right?
That was the live. It's been clipped and edited together to make it work for Ray. But yeah, it was my first time hearing it. I was drunk on stream playing Schedule 1, and I don't even remember how it came up. But Moxie was like, "You ever heard the song Horsecock?" And my drunk ass was like, "No, never." And I played it on stream, and that's what happened. So you guys have Moxie to thank for that clip.
It's an earworm.
Again, J-Mac, shout out, man. Thank you so much. It is truly appreciated.
Of the woman I love. She's better off without me, and soon enough she'll forget the color of my eyes and the way we laughed together, while I'll be trapped in those memories forever. I like how in the women posting L's video, it was like, I got drunk and peed on my date, teehee, and the men posting L's video, it's like, I want to myself. Like, this shit isn't even funny. I don't even know what to say to this. This is just depressing.
No, I do find it funny. Man, like, I'm over here being horrified at everything we've witnessed and heard and read. But I also find it funny because the more men like this not getting laid, like, you know how there's that thing that hard times create strong men create good times create weak men make, hard times, like that cycle.
Mm-hmm.
These men not getting laid and not, like procreating.
Reproducing. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. It stops that cycle because they're not pumping out children to reinforce these weak men making hard times. Because like we were talking about fatherless behavior. Even if he was present, he wouldn't really be a father because he's not a fucking man. So they wouldn't. You get where I'm going with this?
I do, but I will push back just a little bit with there's a small percentage of people that may be a mess and maybe all the things, but then they have a kid and then, they get reset. I do think that's a possibility for some, but for the majority, I'm glad they are not reproducing. They're too damaged to reproduce. I think they need to work on themselves, and if they can't figure that out, they shouldn't be popping out kids.
I will agree with the whole like reset thing. When I had my child, so I used to have a horrible speeding problem. Like when it comes to driving, just bad. I racked up over $400 in speeding tickets in a 2-week period one time.
Oh wow!
Mind you, I was like 19 years old or 18, however old I was. Immediately after having a child, it was just like a switch flipped in my brain, and I was driving 5 miles under the speed limit. It wasn't even a conscious thought; it just like happened. So I do think that is a thing. Yes,
instincts and whatnot, but
yeah.
Black bean chili. Mom would hit me until I stopped crying as a kid, and now I'm an emotional wreck to any girl I talk to. Oh God, I'm so sorry. I need a girl to beat me like my mom did. Oh. A Freud cell. I've given up on getting women. My goal now is to get as fat as possible. A friend of mine said
No, that's the opposite. Fuck, you've learned nothing. You know what? Do it. Have a heart attack. Die. I don't even care anymore.
I look like a serial killer, but not a hot one. What's up with women in the serial killer shit? Okay, for all my weird...
Yes, Mox. What is up with women in the serial killer shit?
I have no obsession with any particular killer or killers. But I am in the demographic that consumes true crime. But no particular obsession with serial killers. That shit never.
Can you
never
at least
figured that
explain
out.
the female mind version of like why women are obsessed with serial killers?
I don't necessarily know why, because I've seen different cases and they all seem to have commonalities between them, but I still don't really get it. Do you?
No, I wish I did, because like that I could be on a very different career path right now. As you know, I'm an ex-cop. I could have gone the complete other direction if I wanted pussy.
I do not like Ted Bundy. I do not.
I did not. You just went full fucking The Room there for a moment. I did not like Ted Bundy.
The chat.
I did not.
Flaws? At least I do not have a serial killer fetish, okay? That is one I do not have. I can't stop having homosexual fantasies about me and my classmate, and I wake up with a boner every morning. The cold showers are not fun. I'm not gay, but imagining how slim his...
No, you're gay. You're gay. If you're having homosexual fantasies about your classmate, you're fucking gay. Is there any world where this guy's not a homo?
No.
I'm so... Yes. Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark. Hi, doggy.
legs are makes me feel hot. I'm not gay, but I keep fantasizing about how soft and smooth bros' legs are. I was in the bathroom trying to eat a banana when two guys walked in and I could hear them kissing. I squashed my banana in anger because of the jealousy I felt. And to make matters worse, I think I grabbed the wrong kind of banana. Haha, I just accidentally squeezed my dick to the sound of two men kissing. I cook so often for my roommate that I've started to feel like his boy wife. Maybe in another life I was his gatherer trad wife and he was my Chad Hunter husband. Is it?
I think we ventured into new territory with this particular genre.
So you know how like in the 70s you had like actual punk bands like Generation X, the Ramones and shit. Then like by the 90s you had the really faggy punk like Green Day. We're getting into the Green Day section of the incels.
Time to start femboy maxing? Sometimes I have inappropriate thoughts about other men and I hit myself in the head repeatedly. Men out here fighting demons. And the demons is bisexuality. Listen, it's 2025. Nobody gives a shit if you're gay anymore. That's basically like being straight nowadays in the world of demisexual actual gender goblins or whatever the fuck. You're good, bro. Just don't be a furry. Went on Grindr to see if I was lovable, and they were.
What is worse to you? Like just as an onlooker, whether it be as a woman or as an onlooker in general, what is worse to you, a furry or an incel? Assuming the incel is not a furry. So a furry that gets laid or an incel, which is worse from the female perspective? I love how hard you have to think about this.
Equally throw them into the wood chipper. I can't decide.
I can accept that answer.
Rejected me. You were rejected on Grindr? That's impossible. Dudes will literally hit up someone on Grindr before the person even has a profile picture. They'll just like get in the DMs like, hey, wanna bang? I swear to God, talk to any gay male friend of yours. They will say the same. The gay male community is what all of human sexuality would look like if women were not the gatekeepers of sex. And it's horrifying. I've said before that hookup culture is basically straight people culturally appropriating gay culture, and it's been a complete disaster for society. 18.
Damn, I think she might be right. Like, there's a lot of logic there that I'm trying to unpack right now. What do you think? You look like you're just parsing through so much.
I'm lost.
Well, I mean, like, there's always been the stereotype of, like, dudes that Freddie Mercury, right? Dudes fuck anything, and he died of AIDS. Because gay dudes fuck everything. Straight people didn't used to be like that. Like, guys wanted to fuck anything, but girls were like, no. At least in probably 70% of cases. But now that girls are just saying yes all, like, willy-nilly, yeah,
sex positivity, empowering, and all that bullshit. No, nobody really believes that, because they're always shocked when nobody takes them seriously. When they're ready to settle down, they're shocked that people weren't supporting that lifestyle that they were totally believing was yay me and my women, whatever. It's not real. So they're aging out and getting the wake up call. It's got to change.
Do you think we're on the path of it changing? Like, do you like with the rise in, like, at least the identity of, like, the trad wives and shit like that? Is that just an identity, like this incel shit's an identity, or do you think that we're actually in a trajectory moving forward of us normalizing a more modest society?
I think we might see more modesty, kind of like the trend of, like, this younger generation doesn't like tattoos. A lot of them, right? They're like, oh, we think it looks trashy.
I did not know that was a thing. Really? Young
Oh,
people
you
are on tattoos? No, I didn't know that was a thing at all.
Yeah, I'd seen that several, like, for the last couple of years or whatever. That's such like a boomer thing to do, when it's not actually boomer. It's more millennial. But
No,
like,
yeah.
dude,
Does that annoy you as well? Like, I say boomer like as a joke, but there are people that say it like unironically.
Unironically?
Boomer, it annoys the shit out of me.
Unironically said they're retarded. My parents are actual, like, boomers. Like, stop it.
Yeah, my I mean, I'm a few years younger than you. I'm about 9 years or so younger. My dad's Gen X, so, like, I guess your parents would be on the tail end of boomer then, if that's the case, because my dad's Gen X.
Tail end of boomers. I was a surprise later in life, baby, than say my sister.
Gotcha. Okay.
I haven't seen my friends in months, and all I do with my time is work at my job. Welcome to being an adult, unfortunately. Welcome to the next 45 years of your life. I love the people in the comments like, imagine having a job, you have friends? This guy is doing better than like 90% of this subreddit, and he's only 18. It's never been less over for someone. I'm only 16, and I've already wasted my entire life. I'm gonna turn 18 in a few days. I'm below average in everything. If you're 17 years old, you are basically a child. You are a baby. What are you doing on the
hot take? I don't know if you'll agree with this or not. Like, it's an unfortunate reality, but a reality nonetheless. You're a fucking child even when you're, like, in your mid-20s, because you just have, I get the law when I recognize you as an adult, but you don't have enough life experience to actually be an adult, you know?
Mm-hmm. And especially with the way that kids are raised now, or had been raised, like, in the past 20 years or so. It's different. They're not, a lot of times they're treated like children. for the most part, because you have those helicopter moms and all the things trying to like keep them children. And so when they're legally adults, they're still very much children.
And I mean, I agree with the helicopter mom thing, but I would actually even blame the school system more because they're with the schools
Ugh.
more than they're with their parents, like, which is an unfortunate thing, but
True.
it's true. So like, if you're spending 8 hours a day or 7 hours a day or however long it is for 13 fucking years with people that aren't your parents, like you could have a parent that's trying to raise you to be an adult, but the school is coddling you like a little bitch, then I think that's going to have an even bigger impact on the like nature versus nurture thing.
Sure. And I mean, also in the school system and those other institutions, right? They will pit you against your parents. So you have more of that happening in the modern times than say when we were kids. Like, oh, we'll keep your secrets. You can come out to us. We'll keep your identity with us in here. So they're actively like causing a rift between children and parents.
And they're doing it 100% intentionally. That's all by design.
Mhm.
And anyone
Sure.
that doesn't believe it's by design, you're retarded and you don't understand pattern recognition.
Incel subreddit. All these people like, oh, I'm 16, oh, I'm 17. Is it over for me? This was me at 16, okay? Quoting invaders.
Beware of radioactive fetuses. Oh, young Brace's shoe. I wouldn't have shown this picture.
Aw.
I wouldn't have. But again, men and women post different sorts of L's.
Him going on newgrounds.com, and now look at me. You know, on second thought, I am exactly where someone like that would end up, aren't I? Never mind. What I'm trying to say is it's not over, okay? It's never over, but it's especially not over when you are that young. It's not like you're 36 or something. A pretty girl sat next to me on the bus and I leaked a bit of pre-com. I'm 36. Oh.
You know what? Fuck it. We're almost done.
Sorry. Spent my last $10 on OnlyFans. Here's my dinner. Why would you spend money on some stupid whore when you could spend money on a different stupid whore? Me. I won't get naked or talk to you, but you can support me on Patreon. All patrons get the uncensored version of every video, so you can hear me say, f shit, bitch, link down below. Much
You know what? That's a real good plug, though. Like, brilliant plug.
smarter way to waste your money, if I do say so myself. Anyway, obviously, many of these people are being silly, they're being tongue-in-cheek. Real actual incels probably don't hang out much on Reddit. They're not out here posting shit like this. I just thought this was funny and goofy. That has been my whole channel. I find something funny, I bring it to you. I'm like a cat bringing its owner a dead mouse as a gift. Here you go. What is your biggest L? Maybe I'll make another video like this where I just read Shoe0nHead's audience posting their L's. But I will see you guys very soon with a new video.
Well, that was awesome. We'll get into super chats up here in a minute, but since she asked, what do you consider your biggest L that you're at least willing to share on stream, Mox? Obviously, I will share mine as well.
I have a whole Rolodex. You want me to find the biggest one on the spot?
I mean, just if you got one off the top of your dome that you're just like, oh man, I can't believe that my dumbass did or said this or had this happen or anything to that effect.
There's too many. It would take me too much time to find one that's entertaining and also not going to screw me for saying out loud. So I'm going to plead the fifth.
You know what? I like that. It builds intrigue. It builds mystery. People, if you want to know Moxie's biggest L, she oftentimes, in fact, 99% of the time, is drinking on her streams. It may slip out one of these days. So subscribe to Mox, super chat to Mox like you guys have been to me all night, and maybe, just maybe, you'll find out what her biggest L is. So that was my attempt to
I said a big one out there on a live stream a long time ago. If you want to go digging, it's out there somewhere.
Oh, look
it
at that.
involves
See,
a George
that's a way to rack
Foreman.
some views. People just be sifting through some shit to find your L.
It might be members only. We'll see.
Yeah, so I would say my biggest L is that I'm in my 30s at this point and divorced twice. I'd say those are probably pretty big L's because like after the first time, I didn't learn enough to make it work the second time. In fact, the second marriage lasted not even half as fucking long. So I guess that's a pretty big fucking L. That being said, I don't know. What final thoughts on this video, and then I'll let you get out of here. And since we're at the 2-hour mark, I'll open the floor to those of you that have donated. But yeah, we've got something else to cover. What are your final thoughts on this?
It was kind of a roller coaster because it's like, oh, I feel bad for people. Oh, people are struggling. And it's like, wait a second. I don't know about that. Wait a second. They're perverts. Like, I don't know. It was a roller coaster, but it was entertaining. Especially having you to talk to about it. And the chat, of course.
Do you think there's any saving these men? Do you think that like there's a future in which this, as you so aptly put it, fetish is like extinguished for them and they find some sort of virtue or value in masculinity? Or is it just they're cooked, they're gone?
I don't think all of them are cooked. I think if they find something that's of substance, of value that they really pour themselves into, or I don't know, sometimes you
Clearly
find
not their
passion
food.
when you're
Oh
not.
my God, those recipes look atrocious.
Oh no!
But anyway,
get out of the kitchen. Get out of the kitchen. But I think they're young, they're dumb, like they're influenced by all the things, right? So some of them could grow up and grow out of it. Some might just require a strong masculine presence in their life, whether it's an uncle if they don't have a dad, or somebody who could take interest in them and help them. Or like I was going to say, like you don't always seek out things that you find yourselves passionate about. Sometimes it just happens. You're like, holy shit, I'm really passionate about this thing. And those can be turning points for people to change their course and like, wow, reprioritize what's important to them and get out of this little pity pool of despair and degeneracy, and live a normal life. I think there's hope for a fair amount of them. I think a lot of them are just immature. Some of them I don't think can be saved because they're they're pretty set in their ways.
Ones are like, oh, I'm 39 or 36 or whatever. Like that, yeah, it's your life's over. Yes,
but they're not interested. But I think the younger people, I think there's still a chance for them.
So I guess final question then, on a scale of 1 to Free Palestine, how much of this do you think we can blame on the Jews?
Thank you for having me, Leon.
But no, in all reality, Mox does have to get out of here, and then I will go through super chats. After that, we'll extend the show and bring everybody on. But before we do, I know you don't like to be blown up, so I'm not gonna do that. But go ahead and we went from Jews to Muslim there for a moment. But no, tell people who you are, what you do. Mods, do your goddamn job, and link Moxie's shit in the in the chat, please. Everyone watching, because we've got 134 of you just on YouTube alone right now. If you're not subbed to Foxy Moxie here, fucking do it, because she is like probably the best member of the Cabal. Sorry, Badger. So make sure you sub to her. Mods, do your goddamn job.